I was listening, and this is the last point I want to make. I was listening 2 years ago to the Chinese General Assembly, 6,000 men and women sitting in Beijing. And they were planning how they were going to deal with the world in the area of trade. And they were already thinking about how they will deal with Africa and the world 100 years from that day. None of them will be alive by that time. None of them. But they are thinking that far. When recently the American president was attacking Huawei, and they said that the operating systems of Android would be taken away from them, within 1 month, Huawei now has an operating system. Today, if you are to take away technology, if MTN and Orange and Vodafone and all these mobile telephony companies were to migrate from Africa, tell me which African mobile telephony will go back to the Stone Age. The Chinese know what they want, and therefore when you see them here, their government can account for almost 9 out of 10 Chinese that are present in your country. And they are getting support. If you ask many African countries, what do you want? We live like is stated in the Bible. And what does the Bible say? Do not worry about tomorrow, because today has enough problems. We cannot continue to live like that. Because the Bible also says that you must keep for your children up to the 4th generation. So we must read the Bible in context. This idea that the Bible says that even the Son of Man did not have a place to place his head, and even the flowers of the field do not make any clothes, but they dress more splendidly than King Solomon. You must make clothes. There is no manna. The kitchen that was making manna in heaven was closed. So I'm submitting to us as I conclude that corruption is indeed a cancer in our body politic. It manifests in a negative way in the manner in which we see if our infrastructure is poor, is because of corruption. If we don't have medicine in our hospitals, is because of corruption. If we do not have research funds in our education system, if we do not have books for our young men and women, is because of corruption. If you see our young men and women dying in the Sahara Desert and crossing the Mediterranean Sea to go and be humiliated in Europe, is because of corruption. You men and women whom God has given the honor and privilege of serving in the labor movement, you have a duty which is multi-pronged. Number one, make sure that labor is treated well, because human resource is the greatest resource on earth. Two, make sure that you are constant threat to the government by pricking their conscience. But when you talk to the government, remember you must talk to them in the manner and with the firmness that opens their eyes and opens their conscience, not with the arrogance that inflames their anger. And I believe that when you do that, you will ensure that corruption has the chance of a snowball in hell, and Africa will realize her potential, and our potential is great. God bless you.
Some standing ovation for Professor Lumumba. At least we clap for him as we stand.